Hello, hello, and welcome back to Limits. Let me just adjust my microphone real quick. Yeah, yeah. We're playing the Norman route. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We're doing the thing. The warm morning shine. I should turn off my heater real quick. Don't want that. You already have like the house heater going. You don't need my space heater going at the same time. That's a lot of noise for the microphone. The warm morning shine glares through the curtain-draped windows. The peaceful melodies of birds gently chirping outside. Today is the day. The day where it all begins. You slowly get yourself up. I wonder what's going to happen today. Maybe I can ask the chief for help. He should know what's next, right? With a shrug, he jumps off the bed, stretching your whole body forward. Okay, let's get started. You briskly shake your head as you're ready to brace yourself for the upcoming hours. It's a brand new beginning. Looks like I'll be living in this world from now on. It feels oddly good. You stare at the palm of your hand for a moment before fully clenching it. With a newfound spring in your step, you make your way towards the exit. As you are reaching for the knob, a gentle knocking can be heard.
Hey, Dan! Are you awake?
Is that the chief? What is he doing here this early? Is he checking up on me?
I'm opening the door.
The door gently opens, revealing a familiar bear on the other side of it. His pair of warm brown eyes catch with yours, his face smiling.
Good morning, Dan. How long have you been standing there? Dan?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Sorry, I was lost in my own thought for a moment. What's happening to me? I wasn't for long, really. I was just about to head out.
I see. That's good to hear, then. I'm actually here to pick you up.
Pick me up?
Yes. I want to brief you on what's going to happen to you. I figured that it'd be something that you'd want to know sooner than later.
Oh, well. Yeah, I'd like to know about that, actually. But couldn't you have just asked someone to pick me up?
You're not too fond of me, huh?
Oh, no! It's not that. I simply figured that you'd be busy with other things. You're busy with other things. That picking me up would not be a better use of your time, you know? That's all.
I see. Well, don't worry, Dan. I'm not really that busy today. Hence, why I took the time to pick you up. Besides, I did say that I'll make sure that you're taken care of. And I am a man of my word, Dan. You can count on that.
His conviction stuns you momentarily as a familiar sensation builds up upon your cheeks.
Anywho, let's go to the front. Unless you need a toilet break.
Do you mind if I take a quick shower as well, Chief? Just before I get my day started.
Actually, about that. Would you mind holding that off until we're done briefing you? Mr. Oppenheimer is currently here waiting for you, so I prefer if we don't dally for too long. The man is a busy person, after all.
I guess it takes one to know one, huh?
I suppose. Let's get going then.
The gentle bear puts his hand on your back, slowly ushering you out of the infirmary. The two of you make your way towards the front. As you two turn the corner, you spot the familiar-looking lion standing nearby the weasel. The two seem to to be engaged in a conversation. You know, mister, you look oddly familiar. I mean, I saw you the other day, but I feel like I've seen you elsewhere before.
I'm afraid that...
I feel like I just give these two, like, the same voice. I don't know.
I'm afraid I'm not following. Oh, good morning, Mr. York. How are you on this fine day?
The lion smiles at you as he faces your direction. The weasel looks at you briefly before greeting you. Hey, kid. Sleep okay? Hey, Mr. Oppenheimer. I'm doing good. I'm not feeling too bad. And yeah, I slept okay. It's gotten a bit cold last night, though. Well, winter is coming. I guess so. In October? Okay.
No, thank you, Mr. Forsberg, for bringing Dan here. No worries. Let us get down to why I'm here, Mr. York. I have something to deliver to you.
The lion turns around to pick up a small box sitting on one of the lobby's chairs. Carrying it under his arm, the lion offers it to you.
Here, I'd like you to have this. It is a gift from corporate. It should help you tremendously.
You pick up the box, steadily gauging the possible content based on its weight. Feels as heavy as a standard controller. Maybe even more. What's inside?
How about you open it and find out?
After being given permission, you gently open the package. Wow. Is this a phone? You have obtained a phone.
It is indeed. It's better than what you could get from the public market. It has got military grade protection and should serve you a very long time. As long as you take proper care of it.
Wow, are you sure I can have this? This looks really expensive.
Yes. As I have stated previously, it is a gift from corporate.
This does not look little to me. Oh wow, that looks really fancy. I don't think I've seen that model before.
There is already a card installed, so, and you'll be receiving a monthly data quota for the next few months. Hopefully by then, you'll be able to get back on your own feet.
Oh, wow, thank you, Mr. Oppenheimer.
Do you know how to operate the phone?
I should have it should be easy enough. You spend the next few seconds fiddling with the phone. Eventually, you manage to turn it on. Nice. The screen boots up and a logo is shown. Limits Inc. Wow, this is custom made. After it fully loads, you notice that everything is familiar, albeit the icons are a tad larger than what you are used to. It must be designed for larger hands. Everything else seems to be in order, though. The battery is almost complete, and there appears to be a service signal. You pocket your phone.
That was faster than what I anticipated, Mr. York. Are you,
What?
Are you already familiar with it?
Yeah, it seems pretty intuitive. I didn't want to be rude, so I'll fiddle with it more later.
How considerate of you. Here, I'd like you to have my number.
The lion hands you a business card this time. However, you notice that something else is written on it.
That one is for my personal number. Feel free to use it in case of emergency. I'm more likely to respond. I trust that you will not be sharing that particular number with anyone else. Yes, Mr. York.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm aware of your current living situation. I've been told by corporate that I am to look for a suitable place to rent for you. only for the next few months.
I'm also getting a free place? This definitely feels like a dream.
Yeesh, Dan. You're getting freebies left and right. And not the cheap kinds, too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have yet to find any suitable place today, so I am afraid that you'll have to stay here for another day. I have already discussed with Mr. Forsberg, and he is fine with the arrangement.
Oh, alright. Thank you for letting me know.
You are welcome. Well, I believe that is all I have to say. I'll be taking my leave now. Thank you, Mr. Jacob and Mr. Forsberg, for your cooperation. And to you too, Mr. York.
Just doing my job.
Of course. I bid you all farewell. Have a good day.
With a smile and a nod, the lion pats your shoulder before exiting the building.
Look at you, fancy word. I'm kinda jelly.
That device looks very high-tech. I can understand why you'd be so envious of it.
It really is. You promptly pull out your brand new phone from your pocket. You never noticed it before, but the carbon black appearance it has gives it a really cool presence. It even looks fancy. I wonder how much I can get from selling this.
Don't pawn it off, Dan. What are you thinking?
I'm only kidding, Jacob.
I sure hope so. If you really don't want it that badly, how about we trade our phones?
No thanks.
How about we trade numbers instead, then?
Sure, I can do that. Here, have my phone.
Oh, nice! I get to test run this piece of work. So, one of this and, this. Here you go. I've added my number and the Chief's. Because why not, yeah? And I'm sure the Chief won't mind either. Won't you, Chief?
Oh. Well, I suppose it's fine.
Although the number I gave you is probably his work number. If you're looking for his personal one for whatever reason, you need to ask him yourself, Dan. I don't even think I have his personal one in my contacts list, looking back. Oh well.
With a warm sensation rising upon your cheeks, you turn your eyes towards the chief. The bear looks back at you warmly. A shade of red can be seen through his white, silky fur.
Ahem. Anywho. Jacob. Do you have the forms that I asked you to print out earlier?
Yes, sir. Here you go, Dan.
What is this? Looking at the sheet of paper, you can see a list of what seems to be activities.
I requested if Jacob could compile a list of all the available internships in Ironhaven. I figured that it might help you find you the one that you might be interested in partaking. You're not fully updated, however. I believe this is one of the last years. We have no need to keep track of these matters, hence why the compilation is not up to date.
I didn't actually compile the list myself. It was my nephew's. It was the doc's idea too, by the way. He said that I should tell the chief and about it and see about printing a copy.
Oh, thank you, Jacob. But I don't think I'll be needing it.
Ah? After all the trouble I went through.
I mean...
Heh. I'm just pulling your leg, Dan. Do whatever you want. But, why though?
Well, I won't be needing it because I've already made up my mind. I think I'll be interning here.
Are you certain, Dan?
Damn. Honestly, I kinda had a feeling you might be interested in the interning here.
The doc must have told you about it, huh?
Maybe.
If you are happy with your decision, then who am I to judge? I'd be happy to let you in. I do expect that you do the work assigned to you while you are here, alright?
Yes, of course. That's pretty much a given. So, yeah. Do I need to do something specific, or?
I think you'll need to fill in some of the required forms first, Dan. Give me a second. Now, where did I put it? Ah, here it is.
Oh, well, this should be Jacob's line, I think.
Here you go, Dan.
The weasel hands you a sheet of paper along with a pen. Holding it in your hand, you look over the paper. It seems pretty straightforward.
Hey, Dan. How about we, both get ourselves inside my office? We can, then discuss the matter a little further in there.
We can't talk about it in here?
We could. Although, I think it would be better if we were not to crowd the front area.
Yeah. I grow tired of both of you. Get out of my workspace already.
Jacob!
Kidding. I'm only joking, of course, Chief. Bad joke, eh? Sorry.
I don't think you were serious, Jacob. I thought it was pretty tame.
Well, I'm glad that at least one of you gets it.
Come over here then, Dan. Let's get to my office.
Thanks for the form, Jacob.
Anytime, kid.
With the form still in your hand, the two of you make your way towards the chief's office.
How are you holding up? How are you holding up anyhow, Dan? It hasn't been easy for you for the past few days, has it not?
It hasn't been an easy ride, is all I have to say. But other than that, things are pretty alright.
Well, that's good to hear then.
How about you, Chief? How are you doing? I'd imagine being a chief can be quite exhausting. Even if it seems to be pretty slow around here.
I'm doing alright myself. Thank you for asking. Things have been pretty slow around these parts, yeah. Crime-wise, anyway. Although, there are other matters that need to be tended to.
Why does he look so grim?
Such as the Halloween festival coming up in a week.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. But what does that have anything to do with the police department? His expression seems to have changed quite considerably. I wonder what's up with that.
Well, sometimes the mayor requests our assistance with events such as these. Whether it be for security or helping with some building permits. Most of the permits are handled by the mayor and his assistants, though.
I guess that makes sense.
Enough of that. We are here to discuss more about your internship. Please, have a seat.
You stare at the chief with a slight, hesitation, and then towards the chair before sitting yourself down on the wooden furniture. You place the pen and the form on the desk in front of you, your hands becoming a bit shaky. I'm not really sure why, but suddenly I'm reminded how intimidating his presence can be. He's been charming so far, so I shouldn't really feel this way.
Your hands are shaking quite a bit, Dan. Are you alright?
Damn, he noticed.
There's no reason to be afraid. Although, in your case, you might still not be used to seeing someone like me, huh? After all, I remember you telling me that a polar bear back in your world aren't even capable of speaking.
I mean, bears do exist, but not the kinds of bears. Yeah, I wonder what they'd call humans like that here. Do they even label like that? And if they did, wouldn't it be a bit strange to reach a human? Wait, to reach a human, a bear? Since, well, bears here can talk. Fuck. I'm overthinking again. The chief is looking at me funny.
Dan? Are you there?
You briskly shake your head. Yep. I'm here. Sorry, I was thinking about something.
I see. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm sure the doctor would be happy to help.
But what if I want to talk to you instead? What am I even thinking?
That'll be enough chit-chat, for the time being, I think. Why don't you try filling in the form right in front of you, while I tell you a little bit more about your position and what your position entails.
Sounds good. Let's see here. Same old, same old. Looks like this one doesn't have the one particular question. The moment that the pen reaches the sheet of paper, the polar bear begins to speak.
So, as you may have already known, the position that you are applying for is an internship. Your tasks are pretty basic. They mainly consist of sorting files and helping around the office for the most part. And, you may even be brought along for a patrol at times, although that entirely depends on your supervisor.
The last word that the polar bear has spoken has piqued your interest, causing you to stop writing for a moment. Supervisor?
Correct. You'll be assigned a supervisor for the duration of your internship. Their task is to supervise you. They keep an eye on you as well as helping to guide you with tasks around the office.
I see. So, who will be my supervisor?
I have thought about it, so I've decided that the doctor will be your supervisor.
His name was Steven, right?
The two of you have already been acquainted, hence why I believe that it'd be beneficial for you. I thought about having Gran supervise you instead of, for the same reason, but he's going through some stuff at the moment. I figured that he'll need some space for a little while.
Gran, huh? I actually wouldn't mind if he ended up being my supervisor. I wonder what happened. Also the doc? I suppose that's fine too. Although, part of me wanted someone else. He's busy though, so it's understandable that he might not be able to supervise. That sounds good.
Some of the internship positions that we offer may be paid, such as the detective assistant position. It's actually empty at the moment. Although, due to the nature of your extra assignment, they wouldn't be accounted towards your hours.
Detective? That sounds pretty cool. Do they wear yellow trench coats, just like those I've seen in the comics?
You think so? So the same occupation also exists in your world.
Yeah. Solving and investigating crimes are fantastic. I mean, fascinating. I've always enjoyed seeing those investigation films where they are finally putting the pieces of the puzzle together. It's so intriguing. It can be a bit boring at times, but seeing the detective's method to track clues and whatnot can be rather attractive.
They do. Although some of the things that they display in the media can be rather impractical at times. But that's alright. They are mainly meant for entertainment anyways.
You seem to know your stuff, Chief.
I suppose. How about you try finishing up the form before we head off to the infirmary and meet the doc?
Oh, alright. I'm on it. Returning your focus back onto the sheet of paper in front of you, you continue filling in the form. After some time passes, the two of you make your way towards the infirmary to meet the doc.
Good morning. Good morning, Chief and Dan. Can I help you with something? Good morning, Doc. We're here to discuss a bit about the internship position. Ah. So, you've decided to join the Ironhaven Police Department, Dan. And I assume that you're here because I have been chosen to be your supervisor. Perceptive as always, huh, Doc? Yes, you are correct. I try.
How does he know?
So, what are your thoughts about this arrangement, Doc?
The otter pauses and fixes you with a stare, a gentle smile still on his face. Looking at him with curiosity, you follow his gaze towards the chief before returning back to you.
I am fine with this arrangement. In that case, he shall be in your hands, Doc. Since the matter is settled, would you like to begin your internship right away, Dan?
Right away?
Yes. You have been waiting for a confirmation from someone in a different circumstance, since you don't exactly have a valid citizenship card with you. However, well, you don't exactly have any connections with your reach in this world. Other than your missing father and Oppenheimer, anyway. Although, I have spoken with him, and he's given me the green light for the idea. Thus, I figured that it'll be fine if you begin your internship right away, given that you have filled the necessary forms. Which you have. So, are you feeling up to it?
I guess it made sense that Oppenheimer would know. Yeah, I think it'd be good to begin right away. I'm getting a bit tired to not be able to do anything this past couple days.
Great! Well, I shall leave the rest up to you then, Doc. I'll be off. If you could spare a minute more, Chief. I have a little something to say before you head off. Oh, yes. What is it?
The otter looks at you briefly before focusing back on the chief.
We're heading off to the mayor's office, correct? Would you mind bringing Dan over with you? I have some documents that the mayor wanted. I was planning to head there myself, but I figured I'd ask you for some help since you are heading there already anyway. Dan, could you carry these documents with him to the mayor's assistant? In the meantime, I'll be able to handle some other paperwork. Would that be a suitable arrangement for you, Chief? All right. Only if Dan is willing to go.
The polar bear looks at you inquisitively, looking for any sign of an answer.
Well, Dan, what's your response? I think it'd be nice change of scenery for you. And these kinds of opportunities don't really come often. Usually the chief heads off on his own, and it's not every day that you get to visit the mayor's office.
When you put it that way, I guess I should take the opportunity. Besides, this means I get to ride with the chief again. I'm down. Is there anything specific that I need to do other than deliver the documents?
Great. And all you need to do is to deliver them to the mayor or his assistant. He should then ask you to give some other documents back to me. It's pretty straightforward.
Okay. That should be simple.
Give me one moment.
The otter opens up the drawers before pulling out a blue folder. Carrying it under his arm, he walks up to you, handing it over.
Be sure to keep it safe, Dan.
I'll try.
Let's get going, Dan. I'll see you around, Doc. Take care.
Chief, before we head off, would you mind waiting for me a little bit? So I can take a quick shower?
Oh, yeah. That'd be no problem. I'll be waiting for you inside my car out in the parking lot, okay?
Yes, sir.
Here. Let me see that. Let me hold that folder for you while you take your shower.
The chief steps forward with his hands outreached. He's so close. Trying to keep yourself from shaking, you pass the folder over to the polar bear. The polar bear smiles at you before heading off, leaving you with a warm feeling inside. See you later, Doc.
See you in advance. Thank you in advance, Dan. Try to enjoy your time.
Will do, Doc. You spent some time cleaning yourself up. Once you're done, you make your way towards the park. Back parking lot to meet up with the chief. Actually, I think I'll end the part here. So I'll see you around, everyone.